to diffuse. Another thing you can do is really replacing stress with laughter. Stress is one of the major life factors. I'll do a lot of work with people to lose weight and stop emotional eating, or stop other eating patterns that don't serve them, like bulimia or not eating. And dealing with stress can be really, really helpful using laughter to break that cycle, to break that change. Stress is one of the major factors in life that affects us all, and how we deal with stress can determine how happy we are. And interestingly, studies have shown that it can determine how long a relationship lasts. If there's too much stress in the relationship, it really suffers. You can see this especially when people go through financial stress. It really takes a toll on a marriage. And it can also impact how capable we are of loving someone. If we're really stressed, we may be so focused on our stress, maybe a sense of failure, anger at ourselves, or not even considering our partner at all because we're just trying to deal with that stress. So when I'm asked how to fix relationship problems, I believe that laughter is really a great way to use it to de-stress. I also cover lots of other tips to de-stress, so if you're interested in that, then do continue to listen to the show. And it is in my audio programs. My audio programs are available on my website, and I cover lots of different tips in there on how to relieve stress. So how do you handle unexpected events? What do you do when you feel overloaded? Do you try to work harder? Do you put more pressure on yourself? Do you overeat, overdrink, over-exercise, overwork? Does it have an impact on your relationships? For most people, when they're too stressed, they do change their habits, develop unhealthy habits, and it affects their mental well-being. And laughter is a great antidote to all of this. Several studies show the positive impact that laughter has on mental well-being and stress levels. One major study conducted by researchers in Finland and the UK found that laughter not only released feel-good hormones and endorphins, but it supported the formation and duration of close relationships. So it really is good for your physical health and relationship. I'm not sure if you've tried laughing yoga. I have a few times. At first I found it a bit difficult, but once you get into it, it's actually quite funny if there's a massive group of you. And that's basically, it's no yoga or physical movement at all. It's literally a group of people go and just all start laughing. And some people, well, I think you all sort of fake laugh to begin with, and then the fake laughter then becomes real laughter. The fake bit at the beginning is a bit like strange, or it was for me anyway. Some people just absolutely love it and get right into it. But then when everybody is really laughing, natural laughing, it's really addictive and it's really fun. So maybe you could even start your own laughing yoga where you are if there's not any near you. The good thing about focusing on laughter and humour is that there's less focus on the negative. A lot of people struggle when they go to marriage counselling because what a marriage really needs when it's going through a difficult time is positivity. And if you are just going there and repeating the negative things in life, the negative things that each of you are doing, the negative history, you're creating more negativity, focusing on more negativity, and this can make people feel worse. Same even with eating counselling, when people come to me and yes, of course, you want to get rid of negativity, you want to share what has happened, but then you want to focus on the solution. I'm like 10%, 20% problems, and then the rest of the time on solutions. What can we do about that? How can we change that? What actions will help? What do you need to tell yourself? Here's some hypnotherapy, here's some meditation. Let's start working and changing the negative thoughts to the positive thoughts. Things like that. How to calm anxiety. All different things. So this is like another great way to get out that negativity from life. A great thing you can try is to leave your negativity at the door. Like literally, you may have had a really difficult day at work, you may be frustrated, and then when you open your front door, you put on a smile. And you'll be surprised at how different that can make things. Just putting on that smile, putting on that laughter. Because if you look at the modern day life, for most people, and obviously this is a massive generalisation, so please don't be offended by this, but a lot of people will wake up, have a bit of a stressful morning getting ready, maybe not have enough time to do everything they need to do and get out the door, then commute, which however way you commute to work or to whatever you need to do, your errands, supermarket and everything, sometimes that can be stressful. You know, a car cuts you up, the radio has an annoying song on, the horn's beeping, the tube is full, whatever it is. The bus isn't on time, there's no AC on the bus, or whatever it is. So sometimes the stress can be stressful. Then you arrive at work, and you may have a good job, you may love your job, but there still could be times where things can happen and be a little bit stressful. And then you have the commute home, and then what a lot of couples do is then do the cooking and the cleaning and everything else that needs to be done, and then put on the TV. And the TV these days, if we don't filter it, is going to be dramas about people having affairs, addiction, people losing money, or it's about crime dramas, people getting murdered, stabbed in the back, taking drugs, depressed, or we put on the news, always bad news. There's never, obviously good news doesn't sell, so there's so much negativity, whether it's your local news or the national news, mainly full of all the things that are going wrong in the world. And then you go to bed and you sleep on all that negativity, and then you wake up and do the same cycle. So I like to work with, when I'm working with people individually or together, I'm like, right, how can we get more positivity in your life? So a different thing could be to do, wake up in the morning, do a meditation, do a gratitude list, have your breakfast, maybe have some comedy on in the background, take your favourite tunes on the commute to work, or put on some comedy on the way to work, have a lunch break, do something positive in your lunch break, ideally move or do something. When you come home, come home with a smile, shower off any stress, put on some comedy, don't have the TV on, just play games, talk, especially for the last half hour, put on a stand-up comedian, go to bed positive, maybe listen to a positive hypnotherapy, you can get one on my website, and then it's amazing. Those little changes, this is like basically my life there, basically. I have lots of positive things going on, and it changes everything. It really does change everything. And then your whole perspective on life is so much better. And if you're interested in this, I can go into much more detail with you. If you're considering getting some support, you can either book a call with me, and I can tell you how my one-to-one coaching works. Normally I do it in packages of 12, 9 or 6 sessions. It comes with unlimited email support to me to really make sure that you get best. Or you can get one of my audio programs. On my website I have self-love and confidence and feeling good. I have a marriage one which has won many awards and is focused step by step. It's all new content, completely different to the podcast, and it guides you, has a structure to it if you're interested. And I also have one on healthy eating and feeling good in your body. So yeah, if you're interested, they're all on my website, nicolabeard.com, or you can speak to me, because it's so important to leave those stresses at the door and not take them with you into your evening, into your sleeping time, into your morning. Because even if someone else is stressed around you, you can feel it. There's a real sad study done actually on children who had asthma in the UK, and they were looking for why do these certain children have asthma from all different financial backgrounds, all different areas around the UK, and they were studied what makes these children have asthma. And asthma, what they treat them with is they treat them with the inhaler, and the inhaler actually releases stress hormones. And they found that the biggest determining factor was actually whether the parent had stress. Children of the parents who had stress, it was actually the mothers, so children of the mothers that were stressed developed asthma. That was the link that they found, which was really alarming. So our stress does affect other people. So I really believe that so many awful things can happen in life, and we're not to beat ourselves up for being stressed and tired and grumpy. But long term, we do need to address it. We do have to take responsibility. And as I said, if you want any stress relieving tips, then do come to me. I really believe in relaxing meditations can help, or physical movement can help as well. So the last thing I want to talk about today is fun activities. When considering how to fix your relationship with someone, doing fun activities is a great thing to do. Or when deciding, okay, I need to make my life more interesting, I need to break out of my tense feelings or anxious feelings or low feelings, get out and do something fun. There is something so great about people that are able to laugh about themselves in fun activities. In fact, they can lighten the whole mood for themselves and for the group if they want to. Get rid of any fears, okay, maybe I'll be a bad salsa dancer or a cake decorator, and just be confident enough to just give it a go. Take an art class, take a yoga class, do anything out of your comfort zone just to see if you can do it. Pick up a musical instrument. There's nothing funnier than laughing at somebody who is doing something, who is able to love themselves at the same time. Another one of the things that I am really terrible at here is bowling. I thought as a child I was okay at bowling because I don't remember being that bad, but then I did have the bumpers up. So when I went to play bowling on a team activity, which was literally about 10 years ago now, so it was a while ago, but I couldn't believe how awful I was. And I was like, no, where can we not have the bumpers laying up? And they were like, no, Nicola, like we're doing it without the bumper lane. Obviously, at the time, I'm like 28, 29. And so I did bowling and I was absolutely awful. At the beginning, I was getting quite stressed. I was like, how can I be the worst? What is happening? And then I just found it so funny, and everyone else found it so funny, and it was just brilliant. And then it made the mood brilliant for everyone. Everyone was laughing, and I didn't really care. Like, do I really care? Am I going to be a professional bowler at bowling? No. Does it bother me whether people think I'm Nicola's rubbish at bowling? No. So it was just real funny, and I even got a booby prize because everyone was laughing on it. Like the managers were, this was back in the day, were just thought, okay, well, let's just make this even more funny. And so when I went into work, I got like this little prize. So just laugh and do something different. It really doesn't matter. And I know if you have a competitive streak like I do, this might be difficult. But when you can see the funny side of losing, see the funny side of doing different activities, it just makes everybody else feel more comfortable. It's also a great thing to teach children because unfortunately, sometimes in life, we are not the first. And being able to enjoy things, even when we're the last, is a good thing. Also, humour and laughter can lighten the heaviest of burdens. It can instill hope in individuals or couples who feel like their situation is hopeless and can do amazing things. One of the things that really helped me when I was struggling with my eating was laughing at myself. Not in a nasty way, but just being like, okay, my voice in my head is telling me to go and eat a whole box of cereals. And the other voice in my head is saying, don't. And then the voice in my head is saying, what else can I eat now after I have dinner? Or, like those kind of things. Just finding it amusing. Finding the voices amusing. And if you've got negative voices about your relationship, if you're saying to yourself, okay, they haven't packed the dishwasher correctly, or they're chopping the vegetables in the wrong way, or they've hung out the clothes upside down. Try and find the humour in yourself getting irritated by these little things. They haven't put the tooth cap on the toothpaste. Things like that. When we find little things like that humorous, it really, really, really helps the relationship. Because you're bound to annoy each other on little things. And is it really worth arguing about? Or can you just laugh at it and just let it go? Everyone likes being around positive people who don't take themselves too seriously. So what can you do to be more positive? And what can you do to laugh more in your life? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love your suggestions. And then I will feed them into more podcasts coming up. So please do feel free to email me any ways that you add more laughter and positivity into your life, because it could really help somebody else. And also sharing it makes it more real for you. And just, I would love to hear from you anyway. And as I mentioned, if you're looking to get some more support, get some ebooks, get some free meditations, visit nicolapeer.com and download them. From my heart to yours, I wish you a wonderful week ahead wherever you are. I've really missed podcasting recently, and I'm looking forward to just getting back into it after my amazing summer holiday. So yeah, take care, lots of love, bye.
Thank you for listening to Emotions and Eating with